a day without drinking coffee? Ever considered quitting caffeine intake? No, right? That is because coffee is always a good idea. In the last 5 years, the coffee brewing industry has seen so much activity in terms of massive changes in the landscape of coffee brewing companies. These changes range from mergers and acquisitions to changing customer tastes and finally to different branding strategies. These activities are expected to continue over the course of the next 10 years. Costa Coffee is a British multinational firm headquartered in Dunstable, Bedfordshire, which was founded in London in 1971 by the Costa family as a wholesale operation supplying roasted coffee to caterers and specialist Italian coffee shops. Costa Coffee sells a variety of products which include hot drinks, cold drinks, savory snacks, cakes, and pastries. Costa Coffee has stood out in terms of coffee, and hence it has always been a vital part of our lives. This is the reason why we will be exploring this multinational firm. As the name suggests, coffee is what stands out and is the most demanded product, and hence our group is going to drastically explore this. The main purpose of this video is to identify the challenges and the strategic options available to Costa Coffee in the UK retail market. Costa Coffee has suffered a fall in sales. It has suffered in sales, and the sales have dipped to a 0.1% in the quarter, making it only the second time it has ever fallen. Britain states that the sales were falling at some high street outlets and changing shopping habits, but added that there was an opportunity for mainstream coffee shops to entice people with more sophisticated drinks. McDonald's, departmental stores, Waitrose, and the gas station have all been competing for the slice of the coffee market. Two analytical tools that we will be using in this investigation is the Porter's 5 Forces and the strategic mapping. Porter's 5 Forces is a tool for analyzing the competition of a business. It draws from industrial organization economies to derive 5 forces that determine the competitive intensity and therefore the attractiveness of an industry in terms of its profitability. These 5 forces are the threats of new entrants, threats of substitutes, rivalry amongst existing competitors, bargaining power of suppliers, bargaining power of buyers. Costa Coffee has a high rivalry amongst existing competitors. This is because Starbucks is one of its major competitors, nonetheless many others. This industry is extremely aggressive, and Costa Coffee should be up to date in terms of different customer tastes, wide variety of customer preferences, and many more. Threats of new entrances is quite low, considering the fact that Costa Coffee is already an established brand. This means that the barriers to entry is quite high. Threats to substitutes is quite high because Costa Coffee needs to present uniqueness in their servings, and hence they need to come up with more extended variations of their products apart from espressos, americanos, and mochas. Bargaining power of suppliers is low, and this is because within the same industry it is relatively minute except the major ingredients of products such as coffee beans, sugar, milk, etc. Bargaining power of buyers is also low, and this is because the relative strength of the customers can be considered as low in the industry of the restaurants. Strategic mapping is the next tool that we have considered. This is a technique used in order to look for a position in a sector or a market. It is a tool used for competition analysis, and it helps in defining the scope of a firm's competitors. This is quite advantageous as it identifies who your direct and indirect competitors are. It illustrates how easy it might be to move from one strategic group to another, and also depicts the future opportunities in terms of identifying mobility barriers. Nonetheless, the drawbacks of using this tool is the fact that it's a static model and ignores the role of innovation. It focuses on an industry and group structures rather than individual companies. When comparing both of these together, it could be said that they are both useful business tools and allow management to identify their position in the market. However, it should also be noted that Porter's 5 Forces analysis assumes the key objectives for organizations, which is to gain competitive advantage over its rival, whereas strategic groups were defined as a group for businesses that are likely to respond in a similar manner when it comes to environmental changes. The next part of this video is the strategic options that we'll be using. Under aim, we will be using growth. Tactic would be market penetration. Methods are the mergers and acquisition. Generic strategy is premium, and the strategic group is that we believe is within the current strategic group. Strategic options are creative alternatives, action-oriented responses to a certain external situation that an organization faces. Strategic options take advantage of facts and actors, threats and opportunities in the threat of the outside world. SWOT analysis is a tool that is used for strategic planning, which is used by firms in order to identify the internal strengths, weaknesses, and its external opportunities as well as threats. This tool is quite advantageous as it's able to evaluate all of these components quite clearly, which is involved in analyzing a firm's growth. Nonetheless, it also has a set of drawbacks, which includes the fact that this tool is not precise and it also prioritizes different issues, and hence this might not be able to be the best method when it comes to choosing the best alternatives. When looking into the aim of identifying the growth of Costa Coffee, SWOT analysis brings a better insight, and hence this is the tool that we have decided to choose. The BCG matrix, also referred as the growth share matrix, is a popular management tool used by businesses to see what their product stands in the market, essentially used in the portfolio management. The BCG matrix uses two parameters, market growth rate and relative market share, and has four segments: star, cash cow, dogs, and question mark. This is also used in evaluation of the growth. It is much better understood in the visuals that have been portrayed in front of you. When understanding the tactic, we will be using Ansov matrix in order to understand why market penetration is quite useful here. Ansov matrix is a strategic planning tool that provides a framework to help a firm diverse strategies for the future growth. Market penetration is implemented for existing markets and existing products during the marketing process. For Costa Coffee, the best option is to use marketing in order to attract non-users of Costa Coffee. This is an ideal option for Costa Coffee to get market penetration. Costa Coffee is the biggest coffee chain in the UK, but in the recent years, the market competition has increased and Costa Coffee has had a decrease in sales, as mentioned earlier. They need to reassure the market of the quality of the Costa coffees, and this could be done through advertisements. For example, the Monkey Typewriter, where they talk about the superior quality and services. They also need to use below-the-line marketing, which will grab the attention of the customers, such as discount coupons, selling Costa Coffee mugs, and various other products. Answer Matrix is quite an efficient tool when analyzing this, as it focuses on market planners and management to think about the expected risk of moving in a certain direction. It lays out possible strategies for growth, discipline in focuses the business, and sets out aims and objectives. Nonetheless, this also indicates the level of risks that has been involved. There is a set of drawbacks to this, which include that it's only a theoretical model, it does not take into account the activities of external competitors, paralysis by analysis, and it plans too optimistic, for example, transferable skills. When understanding methods, mergers and acquisition comes perfectly into play, as Coca-Cola has recently acquired Costa Coffee, and hence the big step towards the help required for Costa Coffee to grow. Considering the fact that Costa Coffee is a multinational firm with great reputation, Costa Coffee is also likely to rise because Coca-Cola is an even bigger firm and has direct challenges into the dominance of other competitors such as Starbucks in the US. Costa Coffee has more UK stores rather than US and has been expanding globally. Considering the fact that Coca-Cola is much more widespread, this gives them a better competitive advantage. Now let's speak about competitive stance. When speaking of competitive stance, generic strategy, we believe premium is the most applicable. Premium, this is because the Costa Coffee's competitive advantage is that their coffee beans are made from premium quality since their raw materials are from Rainforest Alliance certified farms. Costa Coffee mainly focuses on the quality of the product and the quantity of the service rather than the price of the product. Company uses a premium pricing strategy when they want to charge higher prices than the competitors for their product. The goal is to create a perception that the product have been a higher value than competing products because of the prices that are higher. The company has been betting that the customers will not investigate to find out that the product is truly a higher quality item. Marketing managers want consumers to believe that the brand name by itself is enough to ensure that the product is better than the competition's product. Their competitive stance is hence premium. We also believe that Costa Coffee should be within the current strategic group rather than expanding into a new one, and this is because there needs to be no change from the existing market, as the firm is already well established and is reasonably profitable compared to its other competitors. The A3 grid provides an overview of the strategic options that we've used in terms of four main components: appropriate, achievable, astute, sustainability. More information is visible on the screen at the moment. When it comes to the final question as to what strategic management has taught us while doing this assignment and what we would do differently next time, it could be clearly portrayed that the firm has shown us how they continuously plan and monitor their goals and objectives in a long-term basis, and hence taking this into consideration, this has expanded our knowledge and understanding very, very clearly. Nonetheless, this assignment has given us a better perspective in the business field in general as well as the firm. A ton of information was given to us which we hadn't known before. Next time we hope to do something similar in a very different industry, and this would help us expand our views in other aspects of business as well. Procrastination was another limitation to our work, and we hope to try not to repeat this the next time. We would definitely approach this assignment in a different manner with better time management skills.